Well, just ahead on our show, no space, no time, no problem. How urban gardeners are using new techniques to grow fresh veggies right in their own homes. No space and no time. Those are just some of the reasons why people give up on gardening. But urban gardening is taking root in homes and workspaces across Singapore. Green thumbs are adopting innovative systems to make the most of some very tight situations. Teresa Tang brings us the story.
Where it basically rains.
The man behind the system says maximizing productivity within a confined space is important to reduce food waste.
Even in countries that have agriculture in their own country, unlike Singapore, the waste is about 40 to 60% from the farm to the table. If you look over here on the pole, you can see I've got amazing basil, chilies, Tuscan kale. But if I show you one of the plants, this is a Japanese Mizuna, you will see that the roots, they just grow in air, there's no soil.
According to official statistics, Singapore imports more than 90% of its food, and that is a concern for people like Annalena, who want to know exactly where the produce is coming from. But taking the soil out of the garden isn't sitting well with some.
With that nostalgia, with the way that we grew up with our families, with their gardens, you know, getting your hands dirty, and we've got children of our own, so they really enjoy getting their hands dirty.
This self-watering system, dubbed Vegepod, includes the soil and adds another layer of convenience.
So there's obviously no vegetables inside here right now, but can you explain how this system works?
Yes, so there's about 4 key features in the Vegepod. The reservoir here holds 16 liters of water, and on top of it is the wicking system. So as you see here, there's little holes in the wicking bed, and that will allow you, once you have your soil and your plants here, the roots will wick the water up. So we also have the canopy here, which it's not a shade cover, it's a protective cover. However, it does shade up for 17%. So basically, it will give your plants just a little bit of reprieve from that direct sunlight.
The plastic is certified food safe and the cover is commercial grade, meaning it can withstand most extreme weather spells.
A week or so ago, we planted some nice leafy greens over here, which are seedlings which are just coming through. In a couple more weeks, as long as we get enough sunlight, these may be on our dinner table.
Spendolo says the system is also designed to prevent mosquito breeding.
I think one concern, though, especially in Singapore, is the threat of dengue, right? Because if you have standing water, and we know that there's a lot of water here, how does this system address that?
Yeah, so there is water that sits underneath. That water is flushed when the rain comes down or when you water the Vegepod. The reservoirs will overflow and then that water is flushed out. Underneath, and I think we had a shot of it before, there's a small overflow valve in the bottom.
But why just garden at home? At this boutique multi-services agency, Urban Gardening has taken over some of the office's redundant space.
At first, it seemed like a bit of a strange idea to do gardening together in the office, but it's such an easy way to get the team together and have a talking point, and especially when you can see the results and eat it and taste it, it's quite exciting.
I think a lot of them love going out into the balcony to take a break from the screen. We have a great working culture, because when they see the plants and then you can use in our drinks or for our food, they get very excited about it and they want to take part in looking after it. So we kind of have a working schedule.
Half a dozen organizations in Singapore, including the National Parks Board, offer workshops from a few hours to a few months long, aimed at people looking to develop their urban agriculture skill set. More and more are cultivating produce and peace of mind, one plant at a time.
I grow lime, curry leaves and tomato at home, but maybe it is time to move on to some of the bigger vegetables.